Hi, hello, it's Dave in Real Life, and you are watching the weekly wrestling review, Raw and Impact edition. Yeah, let's get straight into this week's Raw. I expect high hopes went into this week's Raw with it just coming off the back of that super hot Summerslam. Yeah, expected quite a lot from this show. Sadly, it didn't deliver. I think the problem with Raw this week was that it suffered from the go home show syndrome. I mean, we've got another pay-per-view coming up at the weekend. So, yeah, not a good show. But we're going to delve into it anyway. The opening segment was a Drew McIntyre promo. This gets interrupted by Randy Orton. It goes into the backstage area where Drew gets punted by Orton twice. This kind of continues their feud. I will get into this in a bit where it's going, but yeah, this has put Drew out of action for a little while anyway. We see him in like medical facilities throughout the show. We go to our first match, which is Shayna Baszler and Bayley. Moments before this, we've seen an altercation at the back with Shayna and Nia continuing their storyline from last week. This match ends up in a DQ. Bayley unfortunately is the one who gets disqualified as Nia goes to the ring and attacks Shayna. It's a real weird situation where Bayley and Sasha are still outside laughing at these two going at each other. Then suddenly Shayna and Nia stop and then stare at Bayley and Sasha. This is setting up a match at Payback. We all knew that Sasha and Bayley were going to defend their tag titles at Payback. Now we know who against, and that is the pairing of Shayna and Nia. How does that work? I have no idea. These two have been at it for the last couple of weeks. Usually this is how WWE work with these estranged tag teams. Yeah, by throwing them together. Look at Cesaro and Sheamus a couple of years back. Yeah, so this is very WWE, if you will. Also, during this match, especially on the way to the ring, we saw Sasha staring at Bayley's titles, or main SmackDown title, with envious eyes, even to a point where she even says true in the match that these are all her titles and that Shayna's got none. Yeah, kind of referring to that there is going to be a title match between Sasha and Bayley in the future. This is all great storytelling. Little tidbits like this make it really interesting. We move on to Kevin Owens and his show. He invites Aleister Black, who's been away for a couple of weeks. Looks like he's struggling a bit with his high side. He's got a patch over his high. It kind of looks a bit disorientated, falls to the floor, kind of. This was all a ruse. He ends up attacking Kevin Owens with a black mass. Yeah, this is a heel turn. I don't think Aleister Black was ever really a babyface, to be honest. He's always a tweenie, always in between that kind of role. So yeah, not really surprised, but this could set up a match at Payback. Well, I'm tipping that. It's not been announced yet, but yeah, watch that space on that one. Other matches, we had a fatal four-way match between R-Truth, Shelton Benjamin, Cedric Alexander and Tozawa. Tozawa has regained his 24/7 championship. Yeah, so we have a new champ. This is getting flip-flopped quite a bit on this show. I mean, we had 3 title changes last week. We've only had 1 this week, so yeah, hopefully this calms down a lot in weeks to come. Then we got a Randy Orton promo. Yeah, pretty much why he attacked Drew earlier on in the show. He gets interrupted by the debuting. Yes, we've got to bask in his glory. Finally, he is now on the main roster. That is Keith Lee. But, well, wait a minute, guys. This is not the Keith Lee we know and love. This is a new theme song. Oh my god, it sucks. I mean, literally, it's the worst generic sounding pile of crap I have ever heard in my life. And what is with his ring attire? He's wearing a t-shirt. What is up with Vince and these bigger guys? Why can they not just be like the other guys? Why do they have to wear tops? And I'm not even going to begin to explain what he's wearing as shorts. Are they shorts or is it skirt? I mean, really, this is just terrible and needs to be scrapped right away. Or we're looking at another Keith Lee experience. I'm telling you, this is trash. Leave him alone. I mean, there's reasons why the theme tune had to be changed. There is kind of like a dispute between the guys who own that song. They wanted 50% royalties. WWE just told them to stuff off and now ended their relationship with them. So he has a reason behind that. I just hope that they realise that the music is crap and they go back and create something better for him. He's going up against Randy Orton on this show. Do you know what I mean? Give him something better than what you have. This was trash and needs a rethink desperately. This sets up a match later on in the show between Randy Orton and Keith Lee. Other business, we had Montez Ford beating Garza. Yeah, Ivar comes down to the ring and kidnaps Demi Burnett. I don't know. I don't know what's going on there. I don't know what kind of story you want to tell with that one. Not that I'm interested. I don't even know who Demi Burnett is. I'm from the UK. I've never heard of her. Then we had Ruby Riott, Liv Morgan, Bianca Belair beating Zelina and the Iconics in a nothing match filler. Basically, there's nothing from this. Just Ruby and Liv Morgan, the Riott Squad again. Yeah, they win, by the way, and that's it. We have an underground segment where Bobby Lashley beats Dolph Ziggler. Heard that there was things cut from this on the show. Yeah, it's just, I'm not bothered about the underground. I need to do a lot better with this for me to be interested, to be honest. We've got Randy Orton, who faced Keith Lee. This ended up in a DQ as Drew McIntyre came down to the ring and gets another punt to head. There were 3 punch shots throughout this show. He's suffering a lawsuit on concussions not so long back, and now you've got this kind of angle. I don't know. This is shelving Drew for a while, and this will set up the Randy Orton Keith Lee match at Payback. Main event time, we had Ray and Dominic versus Seth Rollins and Murphy. This also ends as a non-contest, as Retribution. The final lineup, I feel, this is Retribution. The other weeks we've had like what look like kids, basically, but this really feels like this is the real deal now. These are the main guys. So yeah, they attacked. Seth and Murphy run out of the ring before they get attacked, leaving Dominic and Ray to take a severe beating. The show closes with that segment. Poor show, to be honest. It's going to get a rating of 4.5. I'm not going to dwell on it too much, as I'm now going to move over to the Impact Emergence Night 2, which started with, like it normally does, a major title match at the beginning, which pitted the open challenge with Eddie Edwards facing Rob Van Dam. Yes, the whole effing show. Yeah, this were a pretty good start. Katie Forbes shaking a booty as she always does. Really. Eddie Edwards retains his title, only to be attacked by Eric Young. Eric Young, and this would happen throughout the show, backstage attacks, even to the point where Eddie Edwards ends up back in the ring issuing a challenge. So the match between these two guys will happen next week on Impact. We then go to segments in Wrestle House, who go twice to this part of the show, and we've got a setup between Johnny Swinger and Crazy Steve, something at a toga party where Crazy Steve gets nearly blinded, and yeah, this sets up a blindfold match which Crazy Steve wins. Then we had another match between Larry D and Bravo. Bravo trying to win back his sweetheart Rosemary from Larry D, who tried to go out on a date. Yeah, not quite nothing really, but it's just fun segments throughout this show, what makes it slightly different than the others. EC3 in a promo reveals his plans to destroy the TNA World Title, which he stole from Moose on Emergence Night 1. Yeah, very extremely interesting promo. And cut right, I've just noticed it's raining outside. Yeah, in another match, so Brian Mayers defeat Willie Mack. Yeah, quite a surprise victory, but Brian Mayers now got his first win at Impact. We have seen a promo cut by Rhino on the show, trying to get everybody to get Heath signed up by Impact. Hopefully there's going to be a match up against them and Rio Scum in a couple of weeks, or maybe even next week. So watch this space. Come on, hashtag Heath for Impact. Remember folks, he's got kids. He's got kids. Right, and we go to the main event, a historic main event, seeing a 30-minute Iron Woman match for the Knockout Women's title. Needs to change the name, by the way. Knockout, really. It doesn't suit it anymore. Female title. Just got to be the future, right? Which saw Dana Purrazzo facing Jordan Grace. Two of the hottest properties in their company right now. Yeah, Kylie Ray is waiting in the background, ready to pounce. But this was an enthralling battle, and yeah, it deserved its top billing. Yes, take note. Women can main event your product, as we know. So yeah, Dana Purrazzo wins this by 2-1. Interesting note is that there was a ref bump pretty early on where Grace had already got a pinfall. She could have gone 2-0 up, but ref was knocked out when she was taking the pin, so it didn't count, allowing Purrazzo to take advantage, and she gained the victory and retains her knockout title in the end. All in all, quite less matches, but a lot of stuff going off, a lot of interesting segments, all setting up for future matches as well. Yeah, this one gets a 7.5 from me. It's a pretty solid show, great main event. Didn't see too much wrong with this show at all. Yeah, so watch this space for Impact. If you haven't been watching, please give it a try, give it a watch. It's not a bad little promotion, to be fair. It's had its bad times. I think it's now coming to fruition. It's now finding its feet and making a serious threat as the third company. Obviously NWA will be back soon and will challenge that third spot, but for now Impact's got it, so well done guys. Yeah, okay, this has been my weekly wrestling review, part 1 for this week. Might be Sunday, not Saturday, for the NXT, AEW and SmackDown review, as I've got to try and fit in a payback predictions video. Yeah, the videos just keep coming guys. Thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe. Make sure you hit that notification bell so you know when I next video uploads, and leave a comment. Let me know what you're thinking about the shows I've covered today. Alright then guys, I've been Dave in real life. You've been awesome. Remember to always keep it real, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.